Hello everyone and welcome back to your YouTube channel. And welcome to this amazing video today. As you must be aware, I have been recording this series of video about power system protections. And this specific series is dedicated to practical aspects of protection system. Specifically, we have been working on testing the non-directional overcurrent characteristic of some protection relays. Specifically, we have been working with the ABB REX640, the REF630, and the testing of the non-directional overcurrent characteristic is basically done by using the Omicron CMC266plus. Okay, and today the video is dedicated to a short introduction about the context of the test that we are planning to do. Okay, let's go for business. Let's start with this context about the study case that we are running for those videos. As you must be aware, the FG-Longatt lab or the DGenSys lab is basically a lab for is a lab created with several research areas. One area is dedicated cyber physical systems. Another area is for artificial intelligence and machine learning, but also we have capability for communication networks and so on. Okay, in front of you right now, you can see that we have the two very important racks inside the lab. Okay, we have the two different racks. The rack on the left-hand side is what I call the ABB rack, okay? Because the ABB rack, as you can see over here, the ABB rack, as you can see over here, is basically a rack that is created and is designed for the use of the ABB devices, okay? Here you can see at the very top, we have the REF630, okay? And that is a feeder protection relay. Immediately below, we have here another ABB device, the all-in-one protection, and that is the ABB REX640, okay? And on the right-hand side, we have here the cell rack, and here we have several components, okay? But today for this video, we are working with non-directional overcurrent functionalities, and we are working with two those important relays from ABB, the REF630 and the ABB REX640, okay? From now on, I will focus only in this rack, because this is one of the substations that we have designed inside the DGenSys lab, okay? And let's move and give you more details, okay? This lab, I create this lab with a very specific intention, and the idea is to be able to replicate real life experience, but being very, very flexible, being very, very capable of developing different scenarios, okay? In this video today, we are talking about the DGenSys lab substation. As you can see on the right-hand side here, we have the single line diagram, okay? We are located in the DGenSys lab substation. We have a main bus bar here at the top, and we have two different feeders, okay? I configure at this moment the lab in order to replicate a typical distribution substation, where we have here two feeders, feeder 1 and feeder 2, okay? Those feeders, they are in radial configuration, and as consequence, there is a main circuit breaker at the very beginning of this feeder, okay? And for instance, here we have the REF630, the feeder protection relay, we are using here a current transformer, and this relay is producing the signal and going to the circuit breaker, okay? This is one of the relays that we are including in this specific substation. And on the right-hand side, you can see that we have here the ABB REX640, and we are using, okay, this relay is a monster. There are many functionalities, but in this moment we are using this relay as basic feeder protection relay, using the most basic protection functionality, the overcurrent characteristic, and in this case even more simpler, because this is a non-directional overcurrent protection, okay? Okay, let's make a couple more comments here before we move forward, okay? As I say before, this is the physical REF630, and here we have the physical real REX640. And probably you are wondering about those terminals over here. What is that? Well, to be honest, this is my idea of making flexible and making easy for the student the connectivity of the different experiments that allow me changing the configuration and changing the way that the DNC substation is configured, okay? For that reason, we are using here the classical banana plug that we find in any lab, and that allow me to make very simple, very flexible configuration inside the lab, okay? Well, but the video today, we are focused, I would like to tell you that we are interested to test those two beautiful relays from ABB using testing the overcurrent tripping characteristic, okay? The typical tripping overcurrent characteristic, okay? As you must be aware, because you have been following my videos and my students, they are very aware about the theory behind the protection relays. They are basically two different tripping characteristic, okay? As you can see here in this figure, on the left-hand side, we have what we call the definite time overcurrent, and it's basically a setting for currents, and when the current is above this value, the relay work with a very specific or definite time. That is the idea of this relay, okay? This is one of the tripping characteristic, and this is the definite time over current, okay? For some other application, especially when we want to ensure the coordination between different overcurrent devices, there is a very interesting characteristic, and that is the inverse definite minimum time, the IDMT, okay? What I'm telling you is that they are those two basic tripping characteristic. Both of them are based in current and time. There is the definite time over current, and there is the inverse definite minimum time, okay? I am explaining this because my plan is that we configure the DNC substation. We are configuring the DNC's lab substation, including those two beautiful ABB relays. We have here the 640, and on the left-hand side, we have the 630. We have those two relays, but to be honest, in this video, we are interested on testing the IDMT, okay? And here, at the very far left-hand side, you can see here the relay, in this case, is energized. You can see here the 640 and the 630, okay? And all this disaster of cables, no, it's not a disaster. It's just a practical stuff. It's the connectivity of those two relays. And at the very bottom here, you can see the beautiful CMC266plus from Omicron, okay? This is the device that we will be using for testing the 630, the 640, and testing the IDMT characteristic, okay? Well, thank you very much for watching this video. Now you are aware about the context of this study case, and you are very clear about what is the objective here. The objective here is testing this relay, the overcurrent tripping characteristic, but we are interested in this one, the ADMT, okay? Well, please stay in touch. In the next video, I will be discussing several steps that we need to follow in order to run this test of the overcurrent tripping characteristic for the relays that we discuss here. Thank you very much for watching.